The cutest snail ever. So let's see how it done. So firstly, I have these two pieces of cutouts, and the back one I painted with white paint. I didn't paint the bottom part and technically the snail, right? So I didn't paint the snail. I would just saying it like that because that part, when it's glued together, it's not visible. And then I painted the snail and all the way around, and I painted it twice with white paint, and of course let it dry between each layer. And you can see I go even inside. I have this like, well, how you call it, metallic rice paper. So firstly I applied decoupage glue onto the snail itself, and then I placed the rice paper onto it. This rice paper needs more glue, so be careful so you don't get bubbles or parts where it is not glue. Make sure it is glued. So press it hard onto your project. So I'm pressing it hard onto my snail, making sure no bubbles. I don't care about how it looks on the bottom because bottom will not be showed, and bottom wasn't like, it's not visible. So, and if you are asking why I put the white base underneath, because it's technically not as visible, trust me, it is. It would be, you would see the difference if it would be only on the wood. So now it is time to sand off the excess of my rice paper, and I did it all the way around. Of course, you can use any sandpaper you have. So there is no preference which one I ever use. Now a little bit of modeling paste, which I applied on my snail here and there like this. With really, there is no pattern or something, it's just how I felt at the moment doing it. So, and then I took a wooden pick and I went like this. I don't even know how to say it. I made a mess of the paste and then I of course let it dry. Now for my trusted glitter decoupage glue, of course, it's, well, if you're following me, you know I'm using it everywhere. It doesn't matter which project I am using it. So I applied that one as well on my snail, on my metallic paper, and then it was time to seal it. So of course I'm using pouring glaze, and you can use varnish as well, but I was thinking pouring glaze here really is the best one because it gets shiny. So now it is time to paint my snail, right? So this is the acrylic paints I am using, and here as well I'm just not following anything. It's just how I felt at the moment with the colors and everything. So I would say I played around with it. So I did it like this, and then I took a wet towel and take off the excess. So it was really the feeling I got and everything at the moment. As you can see, taking off the excess, making it like this, and then I went with the other colors as well. No pattern here or something like that. So really it's just the way I'm feeling it, and I did it until I was like satisfied with the outcome. And of course I played the snail house as well. On the other side of my snail Again, I'm using modeling paste, a stencil which I applied onto it, and then I let it dry. And of course I applied it on the head and the body as well, but it is really best to let this part dry and then you apply the other side so you don't ruin the design. I am hoping you know what I mean. So I took the excess, yeah, and now it is time to seal this part, and I'm using matte varnish for it. So I am sealing it and let it dry. Of course, it is just, oops, it wanted to run away from me. And now the other side I did the same way I did the front, and now a little bit of wax paste, and technically that's it. And you can use this as your home decor. You can use it in a wreath or as a really large ornament if you like snails, right? And I'm telling you guys, I have this one, I have a middle one and a small one as well. But I must admit I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them, so but I do have them somewhere. Now the last part of all of it was to glue it all together. For this I am using express glue from Pentart. It's really the best glue for such project. So making sure it is really, on the lines and such, making sure, because if it's glued, it's stuck. So make sure it is really, and then put something heavy on top, but make sure it doesn't move, and then let it just dry. And here it is, all finished, my cutest snail ornament, whatever you want to use it. I hope you enjoy watching this one. And maybe tell me, what would you like to see? Like, what should I do next? Until next time, bye.